Hi, I'm Adam from Tulmar Safety Systems, and today we're going to talk about the Galeo. The Galeo is Tulmar's tactical personal flotation device. It's a high-performance life jacket designed for military and law enforcement personnel operating in demanding environments. It features a modular configuration allowing customization of cover color, bladder color, and system integration to meet specific mission needs. The Galeo ensures optimal safety with an automatic inflation system that helps reposition the wearer upright in emergency situations, keeping their head up and out of the water. Its design prioritizes mobility and comfort, integrating seamlessly with a chest rig to allow unrestricted movement. Built for durability, the Galeo is reliable in harsh conditions and cost-effective for maintenance. In this video, we will detail all aspects of using and maintaining the Galeo to ensure optimal performance and sustainability. When you receive a standard Galeo, your package will include the Galeo system, a set of 4 T-bar straps, and a user manual. Also available for the Galeo are rearm kits, standalone harness with crotch strap, MOLLE strap sets which replace the T-bar for certain types of chest rigs, and replacement reflective vests for Galeos with green bladders and manual mode caps, which we will detail in the inflation segment of this video later on. Galeo systems are available in black, coyote brown, ranger green, or multicam, and the bladders come in either a green or high visibility orange. If you're using a chest rig with MOLLE, whether it's standard MOLLE or laser cut, you'll need 4 T-bar straps that come with your Galeo. Start by laying your chest rig flat in front of you. Remove the buckles and slip the locks from the straps. Now choose which MOLLE slots you'll use in the front of the chest rig. We recommend using the second row towards the outer edges of the front panel. Exact placement might vary depending on your chest rig and operational loadout. Take a strap and weave it through the MOLLE from the bottom up. Pull it through until the T-bar, also called the reducer buckle, rests snugly at the bottom of the MOLLE. Now choose how you'd like to finish the weave. If you're tucking the extra strap into the MOLLE, keep the weave against the chest rig. If you're double weaving later, keep it facing outwards. Next, weave in the male end of the buckle. Fold the strap back and loosely thread it through the slip lock. We'll tighten it later. Repeat for the second front strap. Now, flip your chest rig over and choose your rear MOLLE slots. These should be closer to the center, but still in the upper rows. Again, exact placement will vary depending on your chest rig setup and your operational loadout. Weave in the 2 rear straps the same way you did with the front. Now you're ready to fit the Galeo. Connect your Galeo to the rear straps and then don your chest rig as you normally would in operations. Now slide the Galeo over your head, resting on your shoulders and the back of your neck. Take the 2 T-bar strap ends that are not connected on the front and connect them to the Galeo now. Once complete, the Galeo should be centered and resting comfortably on your shoulders. Do a quick movement test, adjust as needed for comfort and operational mobility. To remove the Galeo, just unbuckle the 2 front buckles. Slide it over your head, remove your chest rig and remove the remaining 2, or have a partner unclip the 2 in the rear. Next time, simply slip it on and buckle up, you're ready to go. The standalone harness, donning and doffing. The Galeo can also be used without a chest rig using a standalone harness. The harness is available in Coyote Brown and Black, and each comes with a crotch strap. If you plan to use the crotch strap, weave in the MOLLE slit at the back of the harness, buckle end first, and pull until the reducer is pressed to the MOLLE. If you aren't using the crotch strap, skip this step. To wear the Galeo with the chest harness, you must first adjust the harness to the user. Place the harness around the user's chest with the 4 straps ending with the male end of the buckle pointed up. Fasten the buckle to the front of the user. Adjust the harness until snug and cannot slip or lower easily. Tuck in any excess webbing into the elastic. If using the crotch strap, pull between the legs from the back to the front, bring up, and fasten the male end of the crotch strap to the female end. Adjust by pulling the webbing and secure the slip knot until snug but not uncomfortable. If you're not using chest strap, ignore this step. Place the Galeo on the shoulders by sliding it over the head. Attach the rear of the Galeo to the chest strap. Throw the Galeo on and then connect the chest strap to the front, ensuring that the buckle is to your sternum. Fasten all 4 buckles by slipping the male end into the female ends of all 4 straps. And then adjust them the same as the other straps by pulling down until they're snug and then tuck in the excess. The Galeo inflates automatically using a salt tab system, also known as a bobbin. The bobbin fits inside the alpha inflator. Once a Galeo is fully submerged, the salt tab begins to dissolve. Within 5 seconds or less, it's fully dissolved, triggers a CO2 cartridge, and it inflates the Galeo automatically. The inflator is housed inside the collar and protected by the waterproof bladder. This design ensures that it only activates when submerged, so you don't have to worry about it going off in the rain, damp conditions, or an adverse sea state. If the Galeo has been set to manual mode for things like helo operations, or if you want to inflate it without going underwater, grab the mesh handle firmly and give it a sharp tug downwards. The Galeo also features an oral inflation tube on the bladder. This is useful if the PFD has already been deployed and you need to top it up with extra air, or you wish to inflate it without using the CO2 canister at all. For example, during training, cleaning, or testing, you may want to use the oral inflation tube to test the pressure or the structure and integrity of your Galeo. To use it, press your lips to the end of the oral tube, open the valve, and then blow. Pull back between breaths to keep air from escaping. Once it's fully inflated, twist a small metal ring near the valve clockwise to lock it in. This will keep the air from leaking out and prevent the valve from being depressed. Just separate the center lobes so I can get it up over my head. Remove your chest rig. It's easier if you just remove it from your chest rig entirely. From here, I simply take the oral inflation tube, I unthread it, loosen it so I can pull down on the valve, releasing the air. And just like an air mattress, I let the air out. Starting from left, start feeding it out from left to right. This will help you when you repack. You'll start to repack from left to right, so if there's a little bit of extra air in there that you didn't notice, you can push it out before you have the right lobe repacked. And it's just a continuous process of folding it up, pressing it over, building up that air until you get all the air out of it. Getting all the air out is just going to help you repack and rearm down the road.
And that is a deflated Galeo. Now I want to ensure that this valve is closed, so I just thread it upwards so that it no longer can be pressed down, denoting that it's closed. And we're ready to repack and rearm. We just deflated our system after an activation, and now we're going to rearm it. So this system, some of the brilliance is in the simplicity. You can see at the end here that there's red. The red indicates that the salt tab has been used. As well, if a manual pull had been conducted, it would have thrown this green safety cap off. So you'll see red here and here. So that indicates one or both of those activations were performed with this system. Part of the repacking is ensuring that everything is green before we move forward. So the first thing we'll do is we're going to unscrew the automatic activator. Take it out. The salt tab or the bobbin came with it. The salt tab or bobbin only goes one way. Discard the old one, bring the new one. You'll see it has lands and grooves on it, and it literally only goes in one way. So that you slides in, it only goes in one way. You can't make a mistake. You take your activator again, your automatic activator, and you screw it in. This time when you screw it the whole way, snugging it to the end, you should see green. There shouldn't be any red visible. And that is an indicator to the user that that salt tab is fresh and ready to go. Our rearm kits come with both a salt tab and the green safety tab. We're resetting it for manual activation or manual pull. So we just literally slide this in. You'll see a little indent here for the cord that fits in the cord. There. Green, green. And lastly, and critical, is removing the CO2 canister. You can see on the end of the CO2 canister, if there's ever any question, you can see that there's a hole at the end where it was pierced from the last activation. This one has no hole in the end. It was not pierced. I know this is a good canister. And I thread the canister in clockwise. Don't overpressure, just snug it. So we now verify green, new salt tab, green safety tab for manual pull, and a new CO2 canister. The Galeo normally uses a 38-gram canister. We then tuck it in underneath the bladder, ready for repacking. The Galeo is now rearmed. What we're going to look at now is changing the system from an automatic inflation system to a manual inflation. Relatively simple and quick task, but there are some steps to ensure so that we do it safely and reliably. We're going to expose our inflator system. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the air canister. Just double check, ensure that it's still a fresh canister, which it is. Now we're going to remove the automatic inflation. This is our auto inflate. The salt tab should come with it. So it didn't, that's fine. We just tip it and our salt tab is out. The salt tab, as you remember, is what causes the automatic inflation system to take place. We're removing that, and in its place, we're using a manual cap. We literally just thread the manual cap on where the auto inflate used to be. Snug it up. Reinstall our CO2 canister. And now tuck it inside. This system will only inflate with a pull cord. So for situations like helicopter operations or other mission sets where you may be in water or immersed and not want that automatic inflation, this is a setup, and as quick as it is, your Galeo is now in manual mode, armed and ready for repack. We're going to discuss and demo
repacking your Galeo. Before you start repacking, make sure the Galeo is fully deflated, all the air out, it's rearmed and inspected. So we want to make sure there's no hole, debris, any ruptures, and double check that it's been rearmed correctly with a full cylinder. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to ensure that the manual pull cord is tucked away and there's no excess slack. So we bring it back over to the hook and loop, making sure there's very little slack hanging out. If there is slack, we can pull it through on the inside here. You don't want any of the slack hanging out getting caught on equipment or weapon systems. We're going to tuck some of the hook and loop into this first Velcro piece here, but the critical piece, and this is a very important safety consideration, the cord goes into this hook and loop or Velcro piece here, and the knot is facing outside. This will prevent the cord from wrapping itself unintentionally around your inflator, and when you pull, all you're pulling on is the actual inflator, not the activation. So all of our cords are tucked away. We verified that it's been rearmed correctly, and the bladder and system are secure, and they've been inspected. Systematically, we start with the cord, then we go left to right, outside to inside. So we're going to take this bladder, fold it once, and you'll be able to see already there was a previous fold line, so it makes it easier for your memory. We're going to fold it a second time from the outside, from the left outside in, folding it over. We're going to take the inside now, folding once, then twice. I like to hold it here and set myself up for success with the top by attaching this hook and loop, and it just kind of keeps it in place and makes it easier for me to zip. This is a tearaway zipper, which means that when you zip it on the way up, it won't secure the zipper like a normal zipper. But on your way down, it'll be secured and tight. The reason for this is it allows it to tear away once it starts to inflate. Notice it's not zipping up. I bring it right to the edge of the hook and loop, and now I bring it back down, nice and secure. And then I take just the end here and tuck it into the lobe. Done. I'm moving my way over to the right. If any excess air was still trapped here, now is my time to open this up, let any little bit of air out. Snug it back up. I'm going to do the same hook and loop, just like we did on the other lobe. I'm folding it up, and then I'm going outside to inside. Folding over. And then I'm going to fold the inside, one fold, and then the second fold. Grabbing the zipper and sliding it the whole way to the top. Right to the hook and loop, back down to the bottom, tucking the excess into the lobe. The Galeo is now packed and ready for service. Before cleaning, make sure the Galeo is not armed. The Galeo must be hand washed only, never put in a washing machine or over direct heat. Use warm water and mild detergent with a sponge or cloth. Rinse thoroughly with clean water, then hang to dry, making sure there's space between units for proper airflow. Before each use, give the Galeo a quick inspection using the pre-use checklist found in Appendix A of the user manual. Tulmar also offers a printable version or a fillable PDF if needed. After each use, deflate, clean, rearm, and repack the Galeo so that it's ready for storage or the next operational deployment. When storing the Galeo, place it in a dry, temperature-controlled environment. Avoid high moisture and extreme heat or cold. We recommend keeping each unit in its original sealed bag or other waterproof packaging. When you receive a new Galeo, your equipment manager or quartermaster should test each unit for damage from shipping. Submerge the Galeo in at least 4 inches of water. It should inflate within seconds. Then hang it for 6 hours. The bladder should stay firm the entire time. If you notice any issues, contact Tulmar directly. If everything functions properly, clean, dry, rearm, and repack the unit for storage. Once a year, every Galeo must undergo a full inspection and leak test. Start with a visual check. Look for damage, corrosion, fabric wear, issues near the inflator, and make sure the pull cord is intact. Also, check that the bobbin hasn't expired. Replace it if needed. Next, test all 3 inflation methods. Use the oral inflation tube to inflate and deflate the bladder. Submerge the Galeo to trigger the automatic inflation mode. Then rearm and manually inflate using the pull cord. Perform an air retention and leak test. Inflate the Galeo to 2.1 psi using a pressure gauge. While inflated, wait 10 minutes and confirm the pressure is still at 2.1 psi. Then allow the Galeo to hang inflated for 6 hours. After 6 hours, the pressure must be no lower than 1.75 pounds per square inch or psi. While fully inflated, submerge the Galeo. There should be no bubbles, including from the oral tube, seen anywhere in the water. If anything seems off, contact Tulmar. Lastly, for long-term maintenance, each Galeo must be sent to a Tulmar-approved repair station after 5 years or 25 inflations, whichever comes first. Standard wear over time can affect performance, so this inspection is critical. To schedule a life cycle inspection, get in touch with Tulmar or your sales representative. This has been the Galeo instructional series. Should you have any questions regarding Galeo, please reach out to Tulmar directly. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.